Survival games have a big problem. Most of them are just too easy. So I went out my way to search for the hardest survival game I can get my hands on. Today I have combined a tier list going from easiest to hardest, and we're going to find out what is the most painful survival experience I can endure. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's go. Here's the tier list we are going to be using for this video. Up first we have Can't Even Die. These are the games where you load in and it actually feels difficult to even try and die. Very easy, self-explanatory. Average difficulty, this is just in around the middle. Okay, this is starting to get hard now. These are the games where it's like, oh shit, gonna have to lock in here. Very hard. These are games that are nearly max difficulty. Of course, the last tab, impossible. Actually feels like everything is against you and it is just impossible to survive. And down here we have all the games. Up first we have Minecraft, the classic. We have DayZ, Subnautica, The Forest, Terraria, Stranded Deep, Green Hell, and all these different games which can be saved for a different video. But for today we're just going to go over the first 6 games here. So let's get right into it. Up first, Minecraft. Now we all know Minecraft, we all know and love it. We've been playing it for decades for majority of us, and obviously now at this point this game is not hard at all. Now there is ways to make the game a lot harder. I'm talking about console for all these games because I play on console personally. So we're not going to talk about mods right now because obviously if you watch my videos, with mods this game can become impossible. But without mods, if we're just talking about vanilla Minecraft, I think it's very noob friendly. I'm not going to put it in Can't Even Die because you know it is easy to die when you're just starting the game, but once you know what you're doing, it's kind of hard to die. I'm gonna put it in very easy. Majority of people can play it. I don't even have to describe Minecraft. I think we all know what Minecraft is, and I think at least everyone in this world has played it at least once at this point. Up next, DayZ. DayZ is a post-apocalyptic world infested with zombies and, more importantly, players. This game only has public servers to join, which makes this game 100 times harder. And trust me, I have just recently started playing DayZ, and I have never had a more difficult experience starting off in a game ever. I log in, die, respawn, die. This game just feels so difficult, and I'm not even over exaggerating. The amount of times I've died starting this game off is ridiculous. You have infections that you can catch. You can get sickness from literally anything. No water is safe unless you get it from a well or you can boil it some way. DayZ is a very realistic game, so literally every survival experience you can think about in real life, you can do in DayZ. There are zombies out for you at all times. It's hard to find guns in some servers. And the main thing that sets DayZ apart from all these games here, DayZ is public servers where literally every single person in that server wants you dead. Very, very difficult game. But the servers on this game are open 24/7. Let's say, for example, you set up a base like I did in this gameplay, and then look, this is what happened when we were literally about to log off. Shit. Hear that? A big explosion goes off in the distance and gunshots. Those people can come over, steal every single bit of our loot, our tent, our cars, steal all of that while we're off the server. It feels like every single living thing is out to kill you. In my opinion, I think DayZ is one of the most difficult games I've ever personally played. So I think DayZ, no matter if you're pro or not, it is always going to be a very hard game, putting it in the impossible tier. Up next we have Subnautica. Now Subnautica is one of my favorite games ever created. I think this game is a masterpiece, and I personally have a bit of a fear of the ocean, so I think this game, if it was a scary tier list, I would put this game all the way up to the top. The gameplay on this game, I swear, is so scary. Leviathans everywhere. Just the feeling of going over just a dark abyss where you can't see what's underneath you, especially as a new player where you don't know like what actually exists. But we're not talking about scary, we're talking about difficulty. If you want to see a video where I list the same games but on a scary tier list, you can let me know in the comments if you want to see that. Subnautica has some difficult aspects to it. Like for example, the grinding in this game is very difficult. Finding all the resources, especially as a new player when you don't know where anything is, it can actually be very overwhelming. Like you have to get food and water, you have to manage your oxygen under the water. Yeah, it can start getting pretty difficult. So it's definitely not going in the blue tier. I reckon it would go somewhere around here where it's okay, this is starting to get hard now, or average difficulty. I think it deserves to go average difficulty in my opinion. Next up is The Forest. Now The Forest is an actual survival horror game. The Forest takes place on an island after you crash landed on it. Your son gets taken away from you by some cannibals, and the whole goal of The Forest is to find your sun before he dies. The caves are terrifying. Being alone in there is not for the faint of hearted. There's mutated creatures that come after you the longer you progress the game, so every single day the game gets harder and harder, with more cannibals spawning each passing day, and a pretty rough grind when it comes to building. I'd say the forest lands itself pretty comfortably. Okay, this is starting to get hard now. Up next we have Terraria. This game overall is a 10 out of 10 game in my opinion. I think this game is very unique in its own aspect. A lot of people compare it to Minecraft because it has the open world building mechanic, but this game can get very deep very quick. Once you start traversing down into the caves, this game can get very hard. The bosses as well in this game are very hard, especially if you don't have the right gear for it. You're almost guaranteed to die. I think Terraria overall is a very underrated game when it comes to survival games. It's hard to even describe Terraria because it's so unique in its own way, but Terraria is a 2D game. It has crafting, building, all this different types of combat and all these different types of exploration you can do and different items you can collect. I'm gonna put it in... Okay, this is starting to get hard now. Now, if you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and I'm nearly there. I only need 50 more subscribers as of recording this video. I appreciate every single person that watches my videos. Let's keep on going. Next up, we have Stranded Deep. I'll be honest, I haven't played that much Stranded Deep personally. I played it ages ago on my last generation console and it was painful, very laggy and did not look great at all. So I dropped it and I can't give you much of an opinion on the game. So I'll put it in the middle and I'll let you tell me in the comments down below what's your opinions on this game. Next up is Green Hell. It's called Green Hell for a reason. You're based in a jungle. Everything is out to kill you. When I mean Daisy, everything is out to kill you. Multiply that by 2 when it comes to just the surrounding areas. You can get infected by literally anything. Can't drink any water. It's hard to find food. It deserves to go on impossible tier. Isn't just very hard, it's impossible sometimes. It's a very hard game to play. There's animals out to kill you. There's insects out to kill you. Things are biting you. Things are trying to infect you. This game, to start off with, is very overwhelming and it gave me the same experience as Daisy. Now that is the full tier list. We have the impossible tier. Daisy #1 in my opinion. Even though Green Hell is a very difficult game as well, I think Daisy just tips it over, just because players, no matter how good you are, players can just shoot you in the back of the head. Green Hell doesn't have that. Very hard, nothing made it in there yet, but we have all these other games to explore in another video if you want to see it. And then we have, okay, this is starting to get hard now. Average difficulty, we have Subnautica and Stranded Deep, which I can't really comment on because I haven't played it that much. And in the very easy tier, we have Minecraft. And that brings us to the very end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Survival games are my favorite category of games in my opinion. They're so fun to play and I really love seeing all the different versions that we have over these years. If you want to see more content like this, let me know down in the comments and I can do a part 2 or I can do the scariest versions of these games. Thank you for watching to the very end. See you in the next one. Peace.